Thank you, and hello everyone. I'm Kārlis from SketchUp Latvia, and in this brief presentation, I wanted to show how you can use BIM and AI tools that are now enabled with SketchUp Studio that would help you to go to this next 21st century. And starting off, what is the 20th century designer? He maybe already works with SketchUp to create sketches, 3D models, renderings, animations, design documentation with layouts and presentations, mood boards, these kinds of things. And his basic communication is using things just like email, Excel, and simple cloud storage solutions. But to bring these kind of new tools in design vocabulary, starting off, first thing you can do with the new SketchUp versions in iPad is a workflow scan to design, where in just a few minutes you can take a walk around the room or multiple and scan them in and create a photogrammetric model. And here you can see a short preview where I was doing just that. Of course, you have to be careful to get to all the corners in the room. You have to scan maybe some for multiple angles to get to all the corners, right? But in the end, the result is something like this. Let's jump into SketchUp. So you first can see a photogrammetric model. From every side, I can see some details like the glass wall. Where are some outlets? Where are some other details that maybe I wouldn't have the chance to measure when I'm at the room, if maybe I can have only some 5 minutes to do so. And from this scanned model, you receive not only something like this, but also a room model, which is nicely tagged in different categories. Like you can see the walls, you can see the windows, and later on replace them with maybe already more precise models that you need. But this initial step, where you would have to measure every wall, every window, is greatly sped up now with this scan to design tool. And not only that, another fantastic features that come from the SketchUp for iPad version is you can call it a sketch to design. So if I'm not with my computer, I'm still working with my iPad and a stylus, I could sketch in some simple shapes and they automatically become 3D models, or even for things like windows and doors, a simple sketch can become a parametrically adjustable 3D model. Here's an example of a door and a sliding window. You have to just wait a few seconds and it already becomes something useful. So this feature that's possible right now only, of course, with SketchUp for iPad version, as you have this stylus. So something good to invest in, I'd say, if you're working quite a lot, not at your computer, but always on the go, maybe. And another fantastic feature is design markup and later on this extra collaboration step you can choose. So for instance, if you have this initial model and already you want to add some extra details that you want on this wall, you can simply sketch them in this markup mode on SketchUp for iPad. And the fantastic thing is you can save a scene that you can later on see as this projected image in SketchUp model, or you can project your markup on the wall as a texture. So later on, it's easier to view it from different directions once you open up this SketchUp model. So maybe some important detail is not going to be lost somewhere on some paper sheets but that you forgot at this object, right? Everything is directly then can be synchronized with Trimble, connect to the cloud. You can later on just open on the desktop version. And these are just a few fantastic features that are possible with SketchUp for iPad version. The others are more common in every SketchUp version. Something you probably already have used is SketchUp diffusion for AI renderings inside of SketchUp. So with AI rendering is I think the most common thing everyone has already tried. Maybe not even without, not even within SketchUp in other tools as well. But the fantastic thing about SketchUp diffusion is it's available even in the SketchUp web version, as well as iPad and of course desktop versions. So anywhere you go, you can either show some ideas of a more realistic version of your design, or just bring it as a sketch like this. And what's great about diffusion, I'd say, it doesn't interrupt your workflow too much. You don't have to choose some extra website as an extra step where you can render them. So with diffusion, all the images you create are saved either locally or inside your SketchUp model for easy presentation. But there's another aspect from AI imaging, it's image recognition. So if you have a SketchUp Pro Studio subscription, you have probably already noticed that in 3D Warehouse, if you're looking for a very specific type of chair or other furniture object, you could search by image, similar like for Google image search. You can do that. Now, if you have some mood board or some photo that you took somewhere on the go, you can simply use it for the search feature and find maybe the exact one or similar objects inside of 3D Warehouse. And this feature, in kind of a hidden way, has already been available for quite a long time, just to make it easier to find specific objects. Because if you look for something that is a chair, but in the name of the model, nothing is written as a chair or product name, you can still find it if it looks similar. Because SketchUp users come from all around the world, and this is why maybe in 3D Warehouse we have more than 4 million models, but it has been for some time difficult to find specific things that are written in, say, Chinese, Russian, or other languages. Now, with this image recognition, it makes it the search results a little better as well. Another fantastic aspect of AI that's brought in SketchUp 2025 is with visualization. So in the new version, you have these fantastic realistic materials inside of SketchUp. Not too many, yeah, but even if you look in 3D Warehouse, say I'm looking for a roof texture, sorry. say, roof texture. I can look at materials. I see only 15, and these are the already prepared realistic ones. I could go into filters. I could use the material extraction feature to find almost 100,000 of these textures more, but still the problem remains. I already have found something nice, but it's not realistic. So what you can do now is, if I enable realistic materials in SketchUp, I'll sample it inside with the color picker. And when editing material, you can see this fantastic feature, use AI to generate photoreal textures. So by a simple click, you have to wait a few seconds, maybe a minute, and already this raw texture looks now just fantastic. You can see even some scratches, some imperfections. Maybe the bump map is a bit too too much, but already now I can see that it's actually a roof texture, not some simple material. And the same thing for say a wood texture. It looks just flat with a simple click. Let's wait a few seconds, and you'll see it becomes a lot more realistic, just with this extra automatic material generation. So yeah, looks fantastic now. No need to use some high-end texture libraries that cost quite a lot, or do we have some something to use? And that's about AI imaging. Other parts is simply design collaboration that is also greatly now enabled with the web and iPad versions. Here's an example of a project I created just we finished in December. So it's a kind of playhouse for in the kindergarten. I created the initial design, and to show the first ideas, I to the kindergarten director, or they prepared the SketchUp model, or they prepared the AI visualization. You could see from a human perspective how it's going to look. And you know that if a lot of people, if you show them a simple drafting, a simple SketchUp model, maybe their imagination hasn't started in such a level yet. But if you show this kind of AI visualization, you can exactly imagine how a school teacher could look at this design object when in their daily life. It sparks a lot of creative thoughts later on. Okay, it's then we created the project, and that's a different story. But the start of it, and also some parts between it, is of course with help of SketchUp and layout, of course. And in this same project, just how we completed it in 2 days, of course, everything was greatly planned with extra tools in SketchUp for this planning stage. So there's a animation created with keyframe animation inside of SketchUp that shows how, in what steps we should create it in a safe way as well. Yeah, and that's the finished project. The same thing was used, the iPad version allowed me to create even a photogrammetric model that I can bring inside of SketchUp to see the initial, to experiment with the initial placement of the of this house. But an extra step that was used as well is a new feature inside of Trimble Connect. If you have a SketchUp model saved to Trimble Connect, I'm using the 3D warehouse toolbar right here. There's a feature called share a link to this model. Already in the first stages of design, I created this link, shared it, and other participants in the project could open it up, see all the dimensions, see all the extra animation scenes I had created. Made it easy to see, say for instance, what kind of dimension lumber is going to need to be cut, how many materials we need. So everything is accounted for, and it's easy to access these kinds of presentations and data from a simple link that is automatically also updated once you change something inside of the SketchUp model. So easier way to communicate now. You don't have to send emails back and forth. It's one presentation and a WhatsApp chat. It's quite enough. So that's from that side. Also, about new things, going back to presentation. If you need something more professional from scanning side, already for a few years, there's this fantastic tool available, Trimble Scan Essentials. And this is also a story for a different project I created. Maybe many recognize it's Vanšutilts in Riga. As a member of organization, we also had a cilvēkiem city for people. We had a lot of ideas how to improve the infrastructure and problems to solve. But it's impossible to present them in an easy way only from pictures. And in this case where it's a whole bridge, where you have to convince someone that there's, well, the basic idea is if there's enough space for a bike lane. So using Trimble Scan Essentials from open data provided from Riga City, I brought the the point cloud right inside of SketchUp and created the bridge model in the highest detail, basically using different kinds of sections and combining them with, of course, it's a lot of help of different plugins, but the end result is quite accurate 3D model that I could later use for animation to present the idea better, adding some cars, bicycles, pedestrians. But nothing of this could have been done if I couldn't have Trimble Scan Essentials available. And it comes with SketchUp Studio versions. You don't have to buy anything extra. And in the new versions, you already can even use extra features like mapping point cloud onto your model, or some more advanced feature extractions. For instance, if I need to get the slope right of the bridge, or I can automatically generate a mesh, or in these instances where I have some terrain, it also was generated with the help of Trimble Scan Essentials to get a higher quality terrain model that I could get from Add Location service, for instance. So in this, I wanted to show maybe also a fantastic feature, somehow maybe already noticed. in add location service, if I add more imagery here, now it's easier to bring inside the context of the city using add location. For instance, I'm gonna choose this part and I'm gonna bring inside, let's say, the 3D buildings that are here. So, and use import side context. And in case of Riga, it was easier to show all the buildings already because we have them available as open data from GeoRiga service. And we already have geolocated all of them. But let me see. Yeah, so now with within a few seconds, I brought a much higher amount of data from Riga city, and maybe the visualization could have been even better now. So as I said, these are from OSM buildings. They are not too detailed, but you can install OSM plugin if you want to participate and populate the service with higher quality models if you wish. And that's from the point cloud side. And of course, you can combine all these technologies together to create fantastic visualizations as well. Here's a simple preview of another project where using acoustic diffusers made from gypsum board, we've shown how you can create a studio setup and combine with visualization made within V-Ray as well. So everything from Trimble Connect, from SketchUp Studio was used in this project as well, starting from scanning the room with the iPad, making some initial ideas, collaborating with the ideas through Trimble Connect, making animations in SketchUp for desktop version and the visualizations as well. So this is kind of wanted to show to maybe older SketchUp users that now you can see what has been the value in the last few SketchUp versions that has been brought. Maybe why you have to use the SketchUp for iPad version as well, right? I know many architects have been cursing me about that. After my presentations, they had to buy the iPad. But yeah, that's the main things I wanted to show. We're quite on time. Maybe there are some questions.
Yeah, we are looking for some questions, but still nothing.
Mm-hmm. One extra thing I could show is that concerning the classic usefuls for BIM, of course. I think SketchUp has shown that they do not plan to completely kind of replace tools like Revit, but with the new versions, it has become easier to just use Revit models. For instance, if I use or simple EFC models, if I use import features, let me find the model. I have an EFC file, and if I just import it inside of SketchUp, with the new versions, everything is going to be neatly categorized with tags. You can see all the objects as well as with as components. if I try to edit, say, a window here, I see that's a glass object, okay, component. So we have at least this feature as well. If you go backwards, if you add some detail and save it out to EFC format, Revit is gonna understand it. The detail is not lost. So